Hey, are you wondering why you're here? Are you wondering what's the purpose for why you're here? A lot of people have that and struggle with that. And what's interesting is I find that a lot of folks that are my age, 50, 60 years old, they're like, I've been working all my life and what's it all about? And they're starting to think about, the latter years and what happens to you after you die and stuff like that. And then talking to some younger guys, I'm starting to realize that some of the younger people are starting to feel that way too. What's life all about? What's the purpose? And they're telling me that, hey, well, I feel fairly secure about what's going on in my life. I'm 20s, I'm in my 30s, but what's it all about? And so I remember back in about 2009 when we had the big collapse and business was slow and we lost about 90% in the mortgage business, and I started trying to think about, do I want to stay in the mortgage business? Do I want to do something else? Is this really what I'm supposed to do? And so I started doing some deep dives into what's the purpose of life? Why are we here? And one of the things that I found out is that if you can discover your purpose, it changes everything for you. It is the game changer in life, in my opinion. The first thing I thought about was purpose is not the same as passion. I'm passionate about riding my motorcycle. I'm passionate about car racing. But unless I'm going to take people around the world and do motorcycle trips, that's probably not my purpose. And so my purpose doesn't have to be the same as my passion. There are some lucky people in the world whose passion and purpose align. And if it does, you end up being Martin Luther King. You ended up being Elvis Presley. Those are the lucky people whose purpose and passion have been the same ever since day one. And they've just lived that life. But for most of us, we start out really trying to figure out, how can I be somebody? How can I be financially secure? And you start that out as a young age. And then as you go through your life and you get to be in your 50s and 60s and you start thinking, okay, I got the security. I kind of made the money. I kind of made a name for myself in what I was doing. But what's it about? And so I want you to start thinking about, what is your purpose? Why did God put you here? Why are you on this planet? And so when I'm talking with people, here's what I tell them. I say, I want you to start thinking about all the interactions you've had up to this point. Who are the people that you grew up with in elementary school and high school? Who are the people that were in your neighborhood? Who are the people that are in your family? Who are the people that were in your college and your fraternity and your first couple of jobs? And those people, when you interacted with them, what were the things that they kind of called you to do? What was the thing that they felt like you were the person they could lean on for that? And so one of the stories I tell people is like, if you're in my family and we go on vacation and we get ready to go out to eat, we give Elise the car keys. Elise is our driver. She's kind of the person that's what we kind of rely on her to do. And then if we can't get the TV to work, we kind of all look at Colin. He's kind of the guy that knows the electronics and can figure that out. And if we're somewhere and we're lost, they all look at Connor and I and they say, hey, go ask somebody how to get there, because we don't have any problem talking to anybody. And so we kind of have those things that people have always sort of called on us for, and we've just taken that for granted. We haven't stopped and said, okay, what is that people call on me for? So I want you to start thinking about that. And when you do, you start thinking about things like, I like helping people. I like discovering things. I like fixing things. And so you start thinking from 40,000 feet, what are those things that you are kind of innately good at, that piece that you're really a rock star at, and people already recognize that, and you probably already recognize that. So for me, helping was it. And we find that that's the big thing that a lot of people say, well, I like helping people. Okay, well, if you like helping people, or you like fixing things, or you like discovering things, or you like coaching people, or you like teaching people, whatever that is, start with that. But the key is to find the next sentence, and it needs to be very specific. And so for me, what I discovered was, after just kind of thinking about what I got joy out of that I would do, that even if I didn't get paid to do, was I realized I like helping people figure out how to get from where they are right now to where they want to go. And a lot of people struggle with that. We all struggle with that. We're trying to say, I'm doing this right now and I'm trying to figure out how to get here. And it dawned on me that in the mortgage business, which I was hating at the time, hey, people come in here and they go, I'm living here, but I'm trying to figure out how I can get over here. And so I became that bridge. And so I want you to think about, what lens are you looking at your job through? And are you looking through a purposeful lens? So a lot of people it may not be that you need to not work where you're working or not stay in the industry you're in. You maybe need to be in a different chair, because maybe what you're doing is you're at the computer all day and you're not really getting to talk to people and to help them figure out how they can get from where they are to where they want to go. But if you moved over here, maybe you could. And so start thinking about, what is my thing from 40,000 feet, and what's that next little sentence? And you want it really, really tight. And what happens is, when you get it tight and you really know exactly what you're here to do, then you're at lunch and the people next to you are having a discussion and it's about something that's purposeful for you. Then you just pull up a chair and you just get right in the middle of that conversation. You don't care if they want you there or not, because you know you were kind of planted to be there. And that's when it becomes really, really cool. You just know that that's really what you're here to do, and you add to that conversation. You don't wait to be asked, because you know you were supposed to be there at that moment to help them with that moment of time for them. So purpose is about discovering what you're really good at and what you're here to do. Yeah, there are going to be other people that are better than you at it. There are going to be other people that have spent more time thinking about it. But if you think about, hey, in my group of 20 or 30, I'm that go-to person for that particular piece. And so I'm going to make sure that every day I seek out those people that I can help with that particular piece. And when you do, it starts coming to you tenfold, 20-fold. And so every day I get a lot of people that I'm talking to. They're like, hey, I'm here and I'm trying to figure out how to get here. And I just help them. And when I help those people, some of those people reciprocate and send me a loan. Some of those people reciprocate and send me a speaking engagement. But I just want to do that because I know that when I go lay my head down on my pillow, I know I'm going to sleep really good tonight, because I know I did what I was supposed to do purposefully in my day. If you need any help with that, call me. I'd love to help you with that. But I hope you discover your purpose, because if you do, it'll change your life.